I bought a business in on the 1st of December, a going concern called Linda Rose Lingerie, which was a lingerie shop that I'd shopped at for years. It came to be in my life that I had some money to buy a business and I was changing my career. So I took over this fantastic independent lingerie shop and have been trading fantastically. It was actually up on prior year by February, and then COVID happened. So that was a baptism of fire, to say the very least, about starting a business. So, I have experience in retail. I haven't owned my own boutique before. So, I mean, talk about learning everything you need to know in the first 6 months of trade. Well, yeah, I think for me, I have a very loyal customer base. That's what I bought into, inherited, and I've spent a lot of time over this period communicating with my customers. So when I reopened, I set up a an online appointment booking system, and my first week was jam packed with appointments. That was great, got me off to a flying start. And I think the shock has been week two, when I've been waiting for walk-ins and the town just isn't as busy. We're a little market town. It's beautiful, but we live off our pubs. We over-index on pubs, and we've got many, many pubs, too many for me to count, and cafes. And customers aren't out, people aren't out using those facilities because they're not open, and I'm missing passing trade. And I think that's really affected me last week. And I think what's surprising me is how reactive customers are to what's going on in the news. So, the slightest announcement from the government and they will get very nervous and not come in. Or, for example, the end of last week, there was talk of holidays. So all of a sudden we had a big swimwear sale on Saturday. So I think it's learning how nervous the consumer is actually. So I inherited a really good CRM system with 2,000 emails on. So I've been writing out weekly to my customers. Some of them were a little bit in shock at the start and unsubscribed, but for everyone I've unsubscribed, I've picked up new customers. And my approach is they weren't going to buy off me anyway. So I sort of need to clear some of the wood from the chaff. So it's been quite a cleansing operation. I now have a very engaged 2,000 customers. So I've emailed weekly. I started an Instagram account. It's not very big, but it's super active. And I'm finding if I post something on Instagram, they'll come straight through to my website. We weren't online. I set up a really cheap £20 Wix website at the start of lockdown. In terms of return on investment, it's over indexed. I've taken £10,000 now online. I mean, that is, it's not fit for long-term purpose, but it's not going anywhere at the minute. That's what I call a good spend of my money. So I've had loads of feedback about how nice it's been to dream about beautiful lingerie and swimwear and holidays while they've been on lockdown. And I think that's now paying dividends for me, really. Well, I think the clue's in the title, and I've thought a lot about this over the last week. And I think the time is now for independence. We're not vast, boring high street shops. I think we already before COVID, there was a real trend against that. So we can react, we can be fleet of foot, we have personality, we can give a personality and a service that just isn't there for some of the bigger chains. And, people want to be excited and interested, and they need a reason to go out and brave shopping, and we can give that reason. It's a really pleasant, lovely experience when they come into my shop. I make everyone feel fabulous, and who doesn't want to feel fabulous right now? Well, I'm a notorious gossip, and so I absolutely love speaking to people. I find people like ridiculously interesting. So I spend all my day now talking to people. So that's a big tick for me. I love having complete control over my business. I've run several businesses on my own. I've had business partners, I've had investors. This is now all mine, and it is so liberating. If I want to open the doors, shut the doors, make a decision, go on sale, it's all mine, all my responsibility, and I find that incredibly liberating, and I would recommend it to anyone. So I'm an incredibly optimistic person, and I think things happen for a reason, and I feel like it was meant to be that I took a business on when we hit what could be the worst financial crisis of the high street. And I think there's massive opportunity for people who can get through this. I think it will strip the wood from the chaff on the high street. I think the time is now for independence. I think it's a time for people like me to shine. Even online, everything about an independent is everything that something like Amazon can't do. So I have every opportunity to do the opposite now and provide service and delight customers, and that is what I intend to do, and that's where the opportunity is. I think they are the future lifeblood of retail. I do not believe in the big retail that's been happening over the last few years. They have community, particularly at times like now where people are scared to go into big cities. We were just talking a minute ago about not wanting to go into the big smoke. Well, there's so many hidden treasures on the doorstep, and we're notorious for not looking in our own back gardens. And I think it's the time to rediscover what's down your local high street. I can't tell you the people that come even from local towns to Alcester, where I live, and say they didn't realise I was there. They didn't realise other fantastic boutiques and shops were there. So it's not just about supporting us like we're a charity. You can get something out of this for yourself. Go and investigate your own area. Enjoy being in your own local area. And it is a community. I don't believe in competition. I think if someone wanted to open a lingerie shop opposite me, great. That brings more lingerie customers. And, I'm all for that, really. More is more. So you can do lindaroselingerie.shop, which is my, you can look how a £20 website looks like and have a nose at that if you wish. Or you can find me on Instagram, Linda Rose Lingerie, or Facebook, which is the same, Linda Rose Lingerie.